everybody. My name is Jordan.
I'm Jenna.
And we are the Alternative Study Break, and we are coming live from the Agora Theater with Derek from State Champs.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Great. We are doing amazing, especially now that we're here with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah. So you are on tour right now with Motion City Soundtrack and the Wonder Years opening for them.
Mm-hmm.
How has the tour been so far?
It's been great. It's been a great kickoff. It's the 5th show tonight, so we're still just getting started. But it's been a killer tour so far. We started it in New York City, which was cool because it's not too far from where we're from, in upstate New York. So that kind of felt like a hometown-ish show for us. And then we did Massachusetts after that, which we always play, and it keeps getting better and better. And Cleveland, one of our favorite places to play as well tonight. So I'm just excited.
That's what we like to
hear.
hear.
It's been a good kickoff, yeah.
Hometown.
It's exciting. All right, so your new album, Around the World and Back, came out about a week ago. And it's been, everywhere I look, I see State Champs popping up, like on MTV and all these like little websites. So what's it been like knowing you have such a positive response for your new album?
Oh, it's such like a weight off our shoulders, I feel like, because it's been such a long time. It's been such a waiting game waiting for the album to come out. We recorded it in April of this year, so we had so much time just kind of waiting, doing all the marketing and advertising, which was cool. We got to have time to do like cooler stuff with that this time around, but ultimately just waiting for people to finally hear it. So it's an exciting time, and it's so cool to see that everybody, it's been received so well. And like when I ask everybody what their favorite songs are, I hear like a big scatter and array of songs on the album, so that's a good, exciting feeling too. So it's great so far. It's
Sweet.
awesome.
What was one of your favorite songs to record off the album?
Favorite songs to record on the album? I want to go ahead and say Losing Myself is like one of my favorite ones. It ended up being one of my favorite tracks on the album anyway, and just like one of the songs where we got to explore with a lot more like production elements and like add to it, and like we kept like adding things throughout the whole thing. Even from, it was one of the first songs we recorded, but added so much to it throughout the whole process, and we're even tweaking it right up until the end, like a month later. So it was like a big journey with that song.
Awesome.
Very cool.
That's sweet.
So if you had to choose a song off your new album that kind of says, this is who our band is now and this is kind of the direction we want to go in, what song would that be?
It'd have to be, let's see. I don't want to choose a single because the singles have been out long enough. I want to choose like a different one. It's a track on the album called Shape Up that I think is pretty cool.
That's my favorite.
It's a little bit more of an aggressive one. It's a little bit more bouncy and fun, but it's still like catchy and explores with a lot of like cooler melody ideas. So I think it's like, here's State Champs, still that same cool band that you heard before, plus so much more. You know, I feel like it's a good like, hey, here's where they went with it, and here's where they took their sound. You know?
Cool.
Totally. So I heard that you got to record with Benji Madden. Is that true?
Yeah, Benji and Joel actually.
And Joel.
Joel, more importantly, he was around a lot.
How was that?
In the beginning stages of the recording process. It was really cool. Before we even went into the studio, he came out to one of our shows in Anaheim, California, and he just came by himself, rolled up. He didn't really need anything, just came in and like hung out with us throughout the night, introduced himself, and like watched the show, stayed for the whole thing, and it was like a very small club, but it was sold out, and it was a wild show. We got done, and he was just like, man, that like took me back to like the early 2000s when my band was just getting going, and like, I want to see you guys like do as much as you can, so like you got to come to my studio and record like some of your at least some of your new album. So we were like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we did. We ended up doing the pre-production of our album, and we tracked all of the drums at the Madden Brothers studio right on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. So that was like a very cool, like, you know, like bucket list check off for us. So that was exciting. It was fun.
How cool. How cool.
That's awesome. So speaking of collabs, you recorded a duet on your album with the lead singer Ansley Newman from Jewel Vera.
Yeah,
what was it like recording a duet and like having, I think, is that like the only song you've ever done with like a collab? Or?
Yeah, it was the first duet song I've ever done, and it was something I've been wanting to do for a while, and it worked out really well actually. I had that song written for the longest time, didn't really know if I wanted to put it on the record, and I didn't decide that I wanted it to be a duet song until like, you know, we got into the studio and decided we don't have any songs with any guest vocalists or anything. Like, we've done that stuff kind of before, but maybe let's try a girl, you know, it'd be very cool. And Julia is a brand new band on our record label. They're on the
Yeah.
same record label as us, and I think they sound really cool. They have awesome songs, and Ansley has a really cool voice. So I thought,
Agreed.
let's go for it.
Agreed.
Like try this collab and see if it worked out. And she didn't even come into the studio with us. We sent her the song, and I would just like text her like notes and things like try this, try that, try this. She sent it back, and it didn't take long. Right away, she nailed it. And I think like what's on the record was her first thing that she sent back to us. So
Oh, that's awesome.
it's like a very
Dang.
cool. It was a very cool feeling. I was like, yes, you nailed it. Like, thank you so much. So, and I'm glad people
Sweet.
feel the same way. You know?
Yeah, it's a
The
beautiful
harmonies
song.
are great.
I love
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
So this summer you were nominated for an AP award for
That's right.
Best Underground Band. How was it like, feeling that you got to be nominated in like that category and being like one of the best in that category?
Yeah, it was awesome. The APMAs it's just such an awesome time. It's
Yeah.
always so cool. And we went the first year that it happened 2 years ago. We weren't nominated for anything the first time we went, and we kind of just weren't even supposed to be there. We kind of just like we snuck onto the red carpet and like we're just like didn't really know what to do. So it was a good feeling this time around to like be invited to the show, be nominated. We presented an award as well, or we introduced Newfound Glory. Actually, that's what we did.
Yeah.
So it was just really cool to be recognized and actually fit in the show this time. Given we lost. God.
Yeah, I know. I voted for you and
I voted
everything.
for you too.
Apparently, we found out it was like very close call, but that's fine. It was still very, very cool.
You'll get him next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see what
next
happens
year.
next year.
Album of the year.
Now, that's the album of the year,
Yeah,
artist
we'll
of the
see.
year.
We can only hope.
Step up the game.
Who knows?
Who knows?
All right, so Secrets was the first song that you guys released. What made that song special and made you want to release it first?
I'd say, Secrets goes along with the question you asked earlier, where it's like, how did you want to, like, what song, like, describes the new sound of State Champs? That would be, a very close second, if I were to say, we wanted to show everybody that we weren't losing any of our roots, that pop-punk kind of aggressive, like, energetic sound that we have, but also, like, when it hits that chorus, you're like, wow, this is just a pop song,
Right.
This is
Yeah.
just like the catchiest thing. So we wanted to show the best of both worlds, that aggressive energy side and then that fun, catchy, melodic side, and bring the happy medium together and go back and forth. Secrets is the perfect song that does that, and like it's been super well received live as well, even from right when that song came out. I remember the day it came out, we played a show in Massachusetts. Kids already knew the words, were already ready to hear it, like going off to it. So I think it worked out pretty well. Like I was glad we did that first.
Sweet. So you've recently been getting to tour with huge bands, that big names like All Time Low and 5 Seconds Summer. What's it been like getting to play, especially in those like bigger venues? Like a perspective of like getting, the sides of the crowds are that much bigger, and like where your band could be in the future to play in those venues.
It was like a whole nother ball game for us stepping into bigger rooms like that, and we did the All Time Low tour first in the States, and that was like our first introduction to like a couple thousand people, and 4,000 or 5,000 in some cases, and it was an experience. And it didn't take us that long to get used to it because we were still used to those kind of crowds. It was our market, like people, if they like All Time Low, maybe they've heard of our band, something like that. Then when we went to Australia to do the 5 Seconds Summer shows, it was an even further ball game up the ladder. So stepping out into a crowd where we got announced for these shows, and the shows were already sold out anyway. So it did not matter that we were playing, number one. But we went into it knowing, like, these kids love 5 Seconds of Summer. They're waiting to see that band. We go on first. What can we do to, like, win them over and kind of introduce ourselves and say, here's this other cool band that you might like as well.
Totally.
So we tried not to let it stress us out or, like, get the nerves to us too much. So we just went out and played our shows, and, like, I couldn't say it wasn't nerve-wracking at all because it definitely was. And it took us a couple shows to really, like, get our feet wet and, like, get in the zone with those shows. Totally. It was incredible. It's crazy to look out and see 15,000, 20,000 people in a
I
small
can't
arena.
imagine.
And, they were super responsive. Anything we'd say, like, if we told everybody to jump, it would be 20,000 people jumping. And it's, like, a really cool feeling. Or if I told them to scream, I would literally have to plug my ears. Like, it was bad. It did so much for our band. I really think it helped, and I can't wait to get back to Australia now.
That would be sick. Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so you played these huge shows, but then you also go headline a little more intimate venues. Like you headlined the Grog Shop in Cleveland not too long ago. What do you like better, like playing to like millions and zillions of people, or do you like the more intimate people?
It's a little bit of best of both worlds, right?
Best of both worlds.
And it was cool when we did those 5 Seconds of Summer shows. We would play every city 2 nights in a row. The first night we would do the 20,000 5 Seconds of Summer show. Second night we would, do our headline show in like a 400, 300 cap room. So I think we're the only band to ever do that, where it's like you play 20,000 people and then 400 people the next night in the same city. But it was great. We got to see we got to be the introductory band, and then we got to give back to our like actual core fans who wanted to see us, and like because they wouldn't have been able to even get tickets to those 5 Second Summer shows because they were already sold out.
Right.
So we gave another chance. We're going to do our own show. So it was a great feeling to go back into that, like small, intimate, like sweaty, hot, crazy shows where we know that everybody there is there to see our band, and it gives us a better sense of pride, in between everything. So I'd say it's an equal thing, but if I guess I had to pick, I would pick the more intimate, like smaller gigs.
So to end off the interview, your cover of your new album is basically exactly like the emoji. Was that in mind when you were creating it? Because every time I see that emoji, I just automatically think of the album.
Hell yeah, we knew that was if we're not gonna be able to get our own emoji, we're gonna steal one already.
Right, exactly.
And it's great because we knew that it was gonna end up. We needed something to brand. We really wanted to brand something. So we came up with that globe idea with the SC in it, and just plaster it everywhere now. And now it's funny now. Everyone will see anything close to that globe-looking thing and stay champs, and like tweet it out, I'll run the one back, like buy it on iTunes, and like so it absolutely worked 100%.
No, that's great.
And that's good. So you like proved it yourself. You're like, whenever I see it, I think so.
Oh yeah, boom.
I know, that's what I think.
We got a living example.
Sweet.
It's now the state champs emoji. It's not just an emoji now.
I know,
it
it's just stay champs. Stay champs emoji.
Yep.
Done.
So I apologize, but that's what we were going for.
No, we like it.
Sweet.
We like it. I never used that emoji before. Now
Now you have to.
Yeah, same. I had never used it.
Well, thank you so much, Derek, for being on our show.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to seeing you play. And you'll be out all fall on this tour, so you should definitely check it out. And signing off, right?
Yes.
All right.
Signing off. Peace, everybody.
I've got more secrets than you'll